Hey, welcome back to the Cracking the Code podcast. I'm DJ Shifky, this is my co-host.
401 Unk.
It was so good the first time, we had to do another.
Alright, we got some great topics lined up for you guys today. Headline topic, transitioning from music to podcasts, DJ Shifky. We've got a food review coming up. That's going to be a good one. And then we'll have some more topics, a couple stories, and then we'll be taking questions from listeners. We've got a whole bunch of feedback on the last episode, so, we'll get the best questions, only the best. And, hope you guys enjoy, alright? Starting it off with transitioning from music to podcasts.
Yeah, Botswana King. That's one of the most asked things about me. Like, when people see me in the street, recognize me as DJ Shifky, the first thing they ask me is, what was it like transitioning from such a successful DJing career to this motivational business podcast?
You gotta build up again.
Exactly. I think the name of DJ Shifky is so well known around my music career, with hits like Shifty's Gone Orchestral and Shifty's Show being just famous names that include that Shifty brand,
It's about the brand, selling the product.
Exactly. That name, the Shifky, has been so synonymous with me.
Yo.
Like, one of my most famous branding decisions was to include my now famous orange bucket hat. I don't know if you've heard of that 401 Unk.
Yeah, everyone knows that. That's super iconic.
Super iconic. See, the hat, it kind of represents me in the same way that other music artists display their persona through something. Like, I don't know, the 30-year-old freaky oily man living in his basement making himself Hatsune Miku. It's like, that's my whole brand. The orange hat, I don't know if you saw that in the cover for our podcast. And then taking that already good music career to podcasting, it's not as much of a big jump as people may think.
Yeah, 'cause it's sound.
It's all in sound. It's all about the decibels. Coming from music, I understood the music, so I understand what people want to hear. And then going to podcasting, I already know, because I'm all about the sound.
Yo, it's about understanding the decibels, like pi.
Yeah, 3.14. I would say, as a DJ, you work to mix two tracks together, disc jockey. As a podcast, I'm mixing two people together, me and 401 Unk here, one of my favorite people in the world.
It's about the brand.
It's about the brand. And I think you also had a interesting backstory. Am I right? You were on Wall Street?
Yeah. Basically, I grew up in the slums of Wall Street. And
Wow.
I built my way up poor to a successful investment banker. The most successful on Wall Street in history. Yeah.
I mean, that's such a big jump. I mean, being the most successful in Wall Street. Because, Wall Street's synonymous with some of the best businessmen in the world, am I right?
Yeah, like me.
Like you, well, you're not some of the best. You are the best. Ignore the glaze. And I think growing up in that environment, that kind of breeds you. That kind of forms you into such a great businessman, like you are now.
Did I ever tell you what we were taught on Wall Street?
No, you didn't. What was it?
We're taught if you don't succeed once, you'll succeed again. Because you either win or lose, so that's 50-50.
That's your famous quote, I'm pretty sure. Win, lose, 50-50, two variables. You can really tell how good the businessmen were in Wall Street.
Yeah, no, I just came up with that on the spot.
Wow. Honestly, seeing you improvise such a good line just shows how great of a person you are. Like, as a businessman, is like knowing how to start, come up with new things on the go to secure that deal. So, I actually started my business career as a car salesman. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not know that.
I used to sell cars. Small town, around 20 people in the town, knew everyone. But I would sell 30 cars a month.
How do you do that if there's only 20 people?
They kept coming back. They just kept coming back to me. You know why? Because I was smart. Because I was a good businessman.
Wait, does that mean like the cars were low quality and they were breaking down, so they had to come back and buy new ones? Or is that the first step in business? Like, if you sell someone something that will last forever, then they're not gonna buy again. So you sell them something that's gonna last only for a short time, and then they'll come back again and again to buy again.
I mean, I hate to say this, but those are the exact words of a bad businessman. You see, most businessmen, except for, me, for one, maybe Botswana and King, you see a customer, and you think, if I sell this person, they're not going to buy the same product twice, alright? People aren't that naive. When in the real fact, what differentiates a great businessman from the best businessman is being able to do that. Being able to sell the same product to the same person, but still have a good product.
Yo, it's not about the product, it's about the brand. That's why I got taught on Wall Street, is that instead of using words like cheap, you use low price or affordable. Good value. It makes it seem more like less of like a low quality product and more like you're giving them a good deal.
Exactly. And that can be used to your advantage as well. For example, if I have a really bad old car, instead of saying cheap and make it seem like the car is bad, even though it is, I can say affordable, good starter place, even though the car sucks. And being able to make that choice is what differentiates a great businessman from the best businessman.
Preach.
Alright, I think it's time for the food review. Shall we crack out today's food? The waffle, Belgian waffle. Direct from the supermarket. For all our ASMR listeners out there, let's open the bag.
Wow, this looks good. So, if this is a Belgian waffle, I actually have a story afterwards, some inspiration, but let's crack into this waffle, shall we?
Hear the crunching. Little bits of honeycomb. Sell me this waffle.
I mean, can't put me on the spot here, Rip. Being able to sell something on the fly, that's what differentiates a great businessman from the best businessman. Let me tell you something for one, Unc. This waffle is the best waffle I've ever had in my life. I'm just tricky, guys. This isn't just the best waffle for me. It's the best waffle for you. And if I were to break the act, you need this waffle. And normally these go for about $10. Well, I will sell it to you for $9.50.
Yo, this reminds me of a story. Did I ever tell you the time I was in Belgium and actually made waffles?
No, you didn't.
You see, I would sell these waffles for a low price, and I would cut costs as much as I can. And then it would lower the value of all the other businesses, but they couldn't cut at the costs like I could. So what did I do?
What'd you do?
I bought out all the waffle businesses in Belgium.
Damn, that's why they call you the Waffle Master. It must be right.
It's about controlling the supply and the demand.
That's a famous quote, isn't it? I mean, controlling the supply and demand. I think that's what really differentiates a great businessman from the best businessman.
That sums it up.
Yeah. Honestly, I think I'd give this waffle approximately a 43 out of 10.
I'm thinking I'll give it a 10 out of 10.
Nice, nice. Alright, we've just had our Botswana King producer over here. He's asked us to pick 2 topics to talk about. And I think on the topic of Belgium, I think we gotta talk about the Belgian horses. Do you agree?
I agree.
Do you have any topics you want to talk about?
The Belgian horses.
Anything else?
I'm thinking my boxing career.
Wow. I mean, you're in for a treat. Should we start? Belgian horses. I don't know if you're listening to this from wherever you are. Home, strip club, school, anywhere. But the Belgian horses, they're powerful horses. So, on their own, they can pull approximately 10,000 kilograms. And that's on their own.
Wait. On their own?
Abso-freaking-lutely. And the funny thing is, this is the part that really got me. When 2 Belgian horses work together, you know how much they can lift?
How much?
36,000 kilograms.
That's more than 10,000 plus 10,000.
Exactly. So what this tells us is that if you put 2 great businessmen in a room to work on a business, they work together, they can make it better than if they worked alone and put the stuff together. And it's all about working with other businessmen to secure a business deal. Like, did I ever tell you the time when I worked with some really stupid, crazy guy in Belgium who was trying to buy all the waffle businesses, and I let him buy them all even though he was really stupid?
I don't think you have.
Well, that's basically the whole story. There was this guy, I think his name was something like 401 Unk, and he was trying to buy all the waffle businesses in Belgium. Completely played him. And the thing is, if we had worked together, we could have owned them all.
And that guy sounds like an idiot.
Trust me, he is. You just gotta imagine yourself as a Belgian horse, alright? Can you imagine yourself as a Belgian horse?
I'm visualizing it.
Yeah. It's all about visualize, realize, materialize, capitalize, maximize, all those words, right? DJ Shifky rapping over there. Make yourself the Belgian horse, find another Belgian horse, and work together. That's how you succeed. And that's what differentiates a great businessman from the best businessman.
Our next topic is achieving your goals. Like, what are your strategies? Like, talked about materializing. Like, you gotta see it to believe it. Like, but first step in believing it is imagining it. That's how you bring it into the real world. Think about how everything was invented in life, right? Like, first it was an idea in the mind, and they brought it into real life.
Yeah. Thanks, I think you went for too long there, Botswana King. But, I mean, it's my famous motto, really. Just 3 words for you. Realize, visualize, maximize, materialize, capitalize, alright? And those 3 words, they kind of get you anywhere. Alright, say I have a idea, a goal to get to. Have to sell 10 cars today, alright? First, realize, okay? I realize that I need 10 people to come in, and I realize that I need to sell them 10 cars. Visualize, alright? I need to use my vision to see those people. Visualize me selling the cars. How will I get there? Materialize, alright? I need to get those people, and I sell them the cars, okay? Capitalize. I go further, okay? You don't just work towards your goal, you go further. And finally, maximize. I will sell the maximum cars that I can sell in that day. I don't care if that's 10, 20, 30, okay? Go over your goals, and that trains you to be better at reaching goals. What do you have to say for a 1 Unk?
I think that if you want to reach your goals, and if you want to be like the best football players, like John Lennon, you gotta, do you think John Lennon reached his goals and shot into the goal on his first day? No. He had to train. So you have to train before you can reach your goals.
I mean, that's really inspiring stuff. And I think John Lennon really was a person who understand, like, the foot and the ball. You need to realize and visualize, alright? Realize and visualize the goal, okay? So just break it up into those 3 words, guys, whenever you're doing anything. Say it with me now. Realize, visualize, materialize, capitalize, maximize. Just do those things and you can reach any goal.
Right, that's some inspiring stuff right there. So next we got some questions from listeners. So we'll start it off. Got a question here from Evan.
Yeah, I think I know the guy.
Right. Yo, bro, I'm still waiting for my lemon that you said you wanted to borrow. Hope you didn't grill it or something.
I don't know if he's speaking like a different language here. I don't even know what a lemon is. Back to you.
Alright, and then we got... Do you have any tips for working out and dieting?
Yeah, I think we have the professional boxer over here to tell us about this.
Yeah. So basically, you know the story. Did I ever tell you how I became a boxer?
Wait, you didn't?
So basically, I grew up in Chicago, and there was this one guy down the street from me. He was actually a retired boxer, and I went to his boxing club, and then he saw the potential in me, and in that stressful situations, you know, we are all superheroes, and like I was able to just beat the best people in that club, you know, and that basically started my career.
Bro, that's so true. And when you're in situations like that, you really do gotta realize that you are a superhero. And I think this boxer, this retired boxer, you know what he did? He realized that you were good. He visualized you getting better. Materialized that. He taught you. Capitalized. You went further. Then maximized. You were the best in there. Am I right?
I think that sums up.
Yeah, perfect. All about this 3 words, guys. Any more questions?
Yeah, right. So, we got... Do you have any fly with the birds or swim with the fishes? Now, I think this actually a little bit of a typo in here, I think. But, yeah, have some fun with that.
I think you can tell this is a big DJ Shifky fan. That's one of my most famous quotes. Me and a guy called Wingman kind of created that quote. Fly with the birds before you swim with the fishes. You can kind of visualize that however you want. Alright, you want to be at the top. Know what it's like to be at the top? Before you come down, settle it down, and you become the best. Alright? Fly with the birds before you swim with the fishes. Thank you.
Yeah, I think this quote can be summed up by like networking. You gotta fly with the billionaires before you can become a trillionaire.
That is some of the best wording I've ever heard in my life. And honestly, this is how you can tell that 401 Unk is the best businessman. And being able to understand these meanings, that's what differentiates a great businessman from the best businessman. There's your answer. Any more questions?
Alright, just gonna have a look here. We got one from Wingman, but we already covered that. DJ Shiftky, how many songs have you released?
Absolutely. So I've released 2 full albums with deluxe editions. Alright. The first album, The Dog Despises Man, my debut. I mean, have you listened to that one?
Everyone's listened to that one.
Exactly. So, there's approximately, I believe, 8 songs in there. And then my second album, Fizz, I'm guessing you've listened to that masterpiece.
Of course.
That has 4 songs on there, I believe. And then both of them have a deluxe edition if you want to support the Shifty branding with an extra song. I think you have the deluxe edition on your wall, right?
Yeah, of course. Everyone does.
Everyone does. So, I'll do the maths. 8 plus 4 plus 2. That's around 25 songs, just in my career alone. Really some great bangers in there. And I'll do one better, whoever asks that question. And my favorite songs ever will be Shifty's Gone Orchestral and Shifty's Gone Orchestral Part 2 on the deluxe edition. Evolution CR. The Build Up. And this is a tough question. Probably Les Clés de Serrure. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's French for the keys to the locks. Thank you very much.
Alright, let's just have a couple more stories and then we'll end it.
Alright. For one unk, you probably know me from my music career, don't you?
Everyone does.
Well, in fact, I used to participate in some flying exercises. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
How to say? I'm going to sugarcoat it. So I used to fly for the cartel. I used to be that flyer who would basically... I had all of the cocaine in the back of my plane. And I would fly that from wherever their bases. We had bases in Colombia, Peru, places like that, into specific places to smuggle it in. Personally, I've paid my sentence. I'm with the law now, but that was kind of my background, and that kind of got me into being a rebel. You can hear that in my songs.
Yeah. And on the topic of your music, let me tell a story.
Yeah,
So the other day, I was in the club, and there were these Russian mafia guys.
Wait.
They were about
What
to-
you doing in the club on a Thursday?
Yeah, it was on a Thursday. And basically,
What you doing in the club on a Thursday?
okay, so basically, there were these Russian guys, and they were about to kill me, but then your song came on, and everyone was just vibing, and that allowed me to escape. See, I visualized and saw the opportunity.
You know what I would say you did?
What would you say?
Realized, visualized, materialized, capitalized, maximized.
Yeah, it's not just applicable to business. It can be used everywhere.
That could save your life, everyone. Those 3 words. And I think being able to apply them everywhere, that's what differentiates a great businessman from the best businessman.
We should put this on a cup.
Freaking exactly. So, what happened after that?
Basically, I got rid of these Russian guys and made away with my 2 kg bricks of cocaine. Yeah.
Left that part out at the beginning. Honestly, that's something that could go in a Marvel comic. That's just bravery. And bravery, that is what differentiates a great businessman from the best businessman. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Did I tell you what happened in prison?
What happened?
I'm not going to leak any names of the prison. Worst pain I've ever felt. So basically, they tied me up. Arms roped up to the ceiling. Roped down to the floor, legs. Completely tied up. It's hanging there. And then the guards came in. You wouldn't believe what they had with them.
I wouldn't believe.
A big pot, the office style, of hot chili.
What? Hot chili cheese?
Exactly. Was there or something? God. So, they got the hot chili cheese, a thumbful. Shy away, kids, but they stuffed the hot chili cheese up my mouth.
Wait,
I am talking excruciating pain. Like, worst pain I've ever felt.
wait. I think I've seen this on a Netflix documentary about the cartels. Yeah, you know this.
You know this! Yeah, hot chili cheese. Excruciating pain. It was so hot. But that taught me something I could never learn anywhere else.
What?
3 words.
Materialize.
Realize, visualize, materialize, capitalize, maximize. You were there. Alright? And a story that formed me as a music artist. That really did. Obviously, I've forgiven the gods and everything like that. There's also a guy who came in afterwards, limp on the ground. Let's just say he didn't survive the hot chili cheese.
It takes a certain type of man to survive the hot chili cheese.
You know what that does?
It teaches you.
That differentiates a great businessman from the best businessman. I think that's why we're going to wrap it up. Please listen to DJ Shifkey. Listen to 401 Unc's advice with business. We hope you're going places. Have a great day, guys.
Stay humble and don't cause trouble.
Reach. Alright, make sure to tune in for our next episode. Coming out on Saturday, Pacific time. Guys, make sure to leave your comments. They'll get featured in the next episode. Thanks for listening. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day.